So in this ear training video, we're going to be looking at two intervals, okay? And in our lessons, we probably spoke about intervals, but let's just go over it one more time. So an interval in music is simply the distance between two notes. So every two notes, apart from a note that's the same, okay, has what we call an interval, okay? So if I play from this note to another note, that distance between the two notes is called an interval. And in this little part, we're going to start looking at two intervals, and each interval has a name. So the first one we're going to be looking at is what we call a major second, okay? And it sounds like this. So I play this note here, and I play 2 frets higher, I'm going to get what's called a major second. So from anywhere on the guitar, if you put your first finger down and pick a note, and play 2 frets higher, that second note will be a major second away from the first note. Okay, so put the finger down, don't work with the open strings just yet. Put the first finger down anywhere on the guitar and listen to that sound. That is a major second. So what I'd like you to do is just as an exercise is to start playing major seconds all over the guitar, slowly so you can listen to it. Okay? Anywhere you want to go, major second, 2 frets higher. Okay? Now, as part of ear training, one thing that hasn't changed in years, ever since I've been doing this, 30 years plus, the trick to ear training is to associate songs to the interval. So that when we hear two notes, we recognize or it triggers a memory of a song, and we go, aha, that reminds me of a major second. Okay, so let me give you one for the major second interval. So the major second interval is happy birthday. Okay, happy birthday to you. So that first phrase is a major second. Okay? So, when you're listening for major seconds, what you want to be able to do is if you can hear, can you hear happy birthday in those two notes? If you can, it's a major second. Okay? So that's the trick to learning a major second. So the tune happy birthday goes in major second, and a major second is found 2 frets higher from any note on the guitar where you're pushing your first finger down. Okay? That's a major second. So let's talk about our next interval. So the next interval we have is something that's called an octave. And an octave is where we have a note. Let's take a C note down here. Okay, we'll take a C note here, and I'm going to take another C note there. Now those two notes, okay, have a different pitch. One is high and one is low, okay, which we recognized from our last lesson, high and low. However, they both have the same value, which is C. Okay, so if you hummed, if you hum this along with that note, and you play the second one, the tone of your hum, so to speak, will match the second note because they are both the value of C, but they're a different pitch. Okay, so when we have that, where we have two notes of the same value, but one is a complete pitch higher, C to C, for example, we have something that's called an octave. Okay, and anywhere I want to put my finger, if I take my third finger here and I put it on the 3rd fret of my 5th string, and I take my first finger and I put it on the 1st fret of my 2nd string. Okay, this is the beginning and end of a big C chord. Okay, now anywhere I put this pattern of my fingers on the guitar on the 5th string, I'm walking up, each one is an octave. Okay, that pattern repeats by playing an octave. Okay, so you can practice that. Walk that up and down the 5th string and just listen to the octaves. Okay, play them together and then play them separately to hear what they sound like. So let's talk about the tune. So the tune that goes with this guy tune, pardon my voice, somewhere over the rainbow, somewhere are those two notes are an octave apart. So if you can hear somewhere over the rainbow between two notes, you're listening to an octave. Okay. So again, practice that. Take the third fret on the, let's start down here, third fret on the fifth string and the first fret on the second string. And those two notes again are the octave. So anywhere I move that pattern, keep my fingers in the relationship they are, I end up with another octave, another octave. The notes are changing. I'm going from C, walking up to D, different notes up the neck. But each one of those positions is an octave based on those two notes. Okay, so that's octaves and eighths. So practice that, and then we'll talk more in our lessons. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.